Haohmaru is the main hero of the Samurai Showdown series and has recently been added to the King of Fighters series. He is considered one of the most famous characters in the series, despite being a masterless swordsman, Ronin. He possesses the spirit of the samurai, which is often emphasized in this series. He is often relied upon to defeat most of the villains in the series. At the age of 15, he challenged Jubei Yagyu to a duel but lost due to his lack of experience. Jubei, who admired the young Haohmaru's bravery, brought him to Nicotine Caffeine for proper training. During his time there, he also met and befriended Jubei Yagyu, another orphaned student like himself. Both students became close friends, but Jubei's eagerness for power concerned Nicotine because he was eager for power. To test his students, he tempted them to fight for a rare sword, the Fugadoku. They were tested by facing a group of other fighters. Unlike his friend, Haohmaru fought until he defeated his opponents and did not pursue them, while Jubei killed them. After Jubei left Nicotine's home, Haohmaru was rewarded with the sword. Encouraged by his master to improve himself, Haohmaru travels to master his sword skills and seeks worthy challengers known as Shira. He challenges Yoshitora to test his strength. Eventually, Yoshitora accepts his challenge and asks Haohmaru to join him and help build a new nation. Haohmaru replies that if he loses, he will join him. They fight, but the result of their match is uncertain. 2 years later, he embarks on a journey to prevent Amakusa from bringing ambrosia into the human world. After Amakusa's death, his beloved Oshizu appears, who accompanies him to Shimabara. He dismisses her and tells her that he cannot choose between his sword and his woman, then leaves. Not long after, he encounters Shizumaru Hisame and teaches her the philosophy of the sword at a young age. A woman named Shiori meets the wandering Haohmaru and asks him to kill the devil. Thanks to Haohmaru's teachings, Shizumaru kills Zankoro and avenges her parents' deaths in the process. Haohmaru continues his journey shortly and meets Jinjiro, and the results of their duel are unknown. One night, he was suddenly attacked but easily defeated the evil attacker. The attacker, who had been manipulated by an evil force, told him that his soul would be used to bring about ambrosia. Haohmaru, sensing an evil power competing with Amakusa, visits his ancient swordmaster and shares his story, which changes his master's demeanor unusually. His master advises him to stay away and acknowledges the strength he has gained but forbids him from facing the threat head-on. The two celebrate with a few drinks for their reunion after a long separation, and at dawn, Haohmaru leaves without prior notice to begin his next journey. Later, he defeats Mizuki. Towards the end of his story, Genjiro approaches the injured Haohmaru with the intention to kill him. As Shizuo pleads with Jinjiro not to kill him, he instead challenges Haohmaru when he's at his best. Haohmaru embraces Shizuo and then apologizes to her because he still wishes to devote himself to combat. He continues to travel to refine his combat skills. However, he notices a mysterious evil woman constantly pursuing him, with no idea of her identity. It is later revealed that she is Yuga and seeks to obtain his body for the purpose of resurrecting a new evil. They confront each other, and Haohmaru emerges victorious. After a year, Shiki and Shadow Asura brainwashed him, setting a trap to turn him into a cold-blooded killer also known as the Devil Sword Haohmaru. After Asura's death, Shiki was finally released from her influence alongside Haohmaru, returning to their normal state later. His adversary Genjiro defeats him, and before he can deliver the final blow, a boy stabs him to avenge his father, whose name remains undisclosed. He narrowly escapes death. He is an active and skilled swordsman at the age of 47 and is highly revered as the legendary swordsman. After his previous duel, he learns that his adopted niece, Makoto, has fled from the temple, her childhood home, and he tracks her to the cursed island of Raiden-kyo. He faces numerous villains, including a Burou, and defeats them. He rescues his niece and reveals her undisclosed past. Upon his return, he inspires Takeshio to fight.